Hey everyone, Jonathan Lee, real estate sales representative based out of Toronto. It's late May and I want to talk to you about how I think the Toronto real estate market will play out for the rest of 2021. If you're watching this video, you may be considering making a move this year, whether that's buying or selling, and you may be wondering whether there's a better time to do either of those. Well, from my guesstimation, yes, there will be a better time to buy and there will be a better time to sell. I should start out by saying this is a huge crystal ball theory of which I can't guarantee any of it, and it's mostly based off of what I've seen during pivotal moments of the pandemic so far, my understanding of market trends and market psychology, and just how I've been seeing the vaccination roll out so far. This whole theory is predicated on the events that there are no new insane variants that further lock down the province or the country, that there's no sudden drop off in the vaccine supply, that interest rates stay low, and that there's no further intervention by governments or financial institutions in the Canadian real estate market other than what's been announced today with the changes to the mortgage stress test. So basically that, things are going to continue as they are, and we're just going to keep on rolling forward. So without further ado, let's get into it. To start, I need to talk about vaccination rates because this has a strong effect on market psychology and market fatigue. Pretty much the fatigue of all Canadians. Canada recently surpassed over 50% of our population having received at least one dose, and that is continuing to rise at approximately 0.88% a day, according to Google. And at the time of filming, we only had 4.5% that were fully vaccinated, but I expect that to rise to 50% or above by the end of August. Over that same time period, I'm also optimistic that we'll hit closer to 80 or 90% that have received at least one dose. But I'm saying that with absolutely no clinical experience or knowledge, so you can take that with a grain of salt. I myself got my first shot on May 9th and was automatically booked for my second shot in August, and so were the rest of my family, friends, and colleagues. So anecdotally speaking to, most of the people that I'm talking to believe that 50% fully vaccinated by the end of August will be achievable. I've been seeing that as vaccination rates rise, so has the comfort level of people to meet in person, even if it's just outside. And I believe we'll start to see restrictions lift in Ontario going into June, with patios reopening and perhaps some in-person shopping, which will further encourage people to exercise liberties that they haven't been able to for at least the past 6 months. Now you might be wondering, yeah, John, what the heck does this have to do with real estate? Well, believe it or not, it has a lot to do with real estate. Home buying is a full contact sport that requires a lot of mental space and energy, and it's not something that serious buyers do casually. Every home a buyer sees, they have to consider what their life might be like in that home, their commute to work, schools and neighborhood, the value proposition, cost of ownership, etc., etc., etc. With shopping, patios, meetups with friends and family that most people haven't seen in over a year, and the first taste of summer this May 24 weekend, most would-be buyers had their attentions focused on satiating a need that's been neglected for the past year. And that is the need for human contact, for socializing, and more engaging forms of entertainment. And with all of that, I'm expecting home buying to fall to the back burner, at least for the summer. Some may not know this, but there tends to be a natural slowdown in real estate market activity over the summer months most years anyways. In Ontario, our summer is pretty much only 3 months long, which everyone wants to make the best of. So the months of June to August tend to be slower times to list and sell homes. Market performance is all about supply and demand, and my crystal ball this summer is that we're going to see a more substantial slowdown than what naturally occurs most years, driven by the interest of many home buyers to seek alternative forms of entertainment and just go out there and socialize rather than to go home shopping. If you're a home buyer who's looking to make a move this year, the summer months of June to August might be the best window to buy. Now, for the majority of Canadians, the fall tends to trigger a return to reality, which naturally coincides with a number of events. Kids going back to school, seasonal change in weather, increased traffic past Labor Day. And with this change, many people also seek a change or evolution and growth, which results in increased activity in the real estate market. This fall, assuming that 50% are fully vaxxed and 80 to 90% having received their first dose, I believe people will be looking to return to normal in a big way. Potentially large phases of businesses reopening, return to school for all kids, reopening universities and colleges, offices looking to return later in the fall. And I think with this kickstart in the economy, we'll start to see more jobs. Many homeowners and buyers look to move at pivotal moments in their lives, and I think we'll see many folks looking for a change in life this fall. Folks who put off moving due to fear of what change might bring due to the pandemic. Millennials who had to move back home in with their parents are going to be looking to go back out there again as first-time homebuyers or looking to rent. Many going into condos. Folks that got engaged or were in long-term relationships are going to be finally looking to make that next big step and perhaps buy a place. And there's going to be many first and second year university students that are going to want to experience their independence and go back out there and rent again. And of course, there's the dozens and dozens of other profiles that I haven't even mentioned. Not to mention all the buyers that put off shopping over the summer. I think this fall we're going to see a flurry of demand and activity. And if you're a homeowner looking to sell, I think the fall months of September to November might be the best window to do so. What does this look like for someone looking to both buy and sell? Well, if you can afford holding on to 2 properties for the transition of a couple months, I will look to buy in the summer and then sell in the fall. Otherwise, though it might be a bit of a challenge, you can attempt to somewhat time the market and aim for a long 90+ day closing, though that might be a bit of a challenge to negotiate, and purchase in the summer months and sell in the early fall. I hope this video was helpful. If you have any questions or comments, you can leave them down below. Do me a favor, smash the like button and hit subscribe. Anyone looking for assistance in real estate in either buying or selling in the Greater Toronto area, you can reach me online on my website at johnleehomes.ca, on Instagram at torontos.johnlee, through email at johnleerealestate@gmail.com. I'll see you guys in the next one.